Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. I'm your host Rob, and this video we're going to review episode 10 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Bridge. Okay guys, welcome back. So, it's almost like they're hearing what I'm saying. Finally, we get back to Centipede. This was such a good episode. It's a two-parter because it ends on a cliffhanger. And I gotta say, this is the kind of stuff I've kind of been waiting for. Now, while the people who have the whole centipede thing on their arm or whatever, they're not obviously on the realm of Iron Man and Captain America and Thor. It's still superhero stuff, and that's what I want to see. And this girl in the flower dress, Reina, and I don't know the actress's name. She's just awesome. I love the actress. Obviously very beautiful. Plays the role great. And now we have this military guy named Poe. I think it's Poe or something like that. And he obviously plays a significant role in the Centipede organization. And he keeps referring to a clairvoyant, I guess, who's running the show or is kind of predicting things and kind of helping Centipede along the path to avoid S.H.I.E.L.D., even though they haven't really 100% avoided them, but they've avoided them enough to keep moving and keep their production running. Now, the great thing about this episode was it was a nice twist at the end. They brought back a character from earlier in the year, which is Mike Peterson. I know a lot of you are probably not watching the show, let alone this review. But for those of you who do make it here and are still watching the show and you read this review, obviously you know who Mike Peterson is. He's the guy from the very pilot episode who was one of Centipede's early test subjects. Well, turns out that S.H.I.E.L.D. hires him, brings him on board. They've been training him, helping him hone his skills. They managed, or not they managed, but apparently the gun that was developed by Fitzsimmons to take him out in the pilot stabilized the extremis in his body, so it keeps him from exploding. And it was just a very, very good episode. It was the step up I was looking for. There was a lot of good development. You know, Skye is falling more and more into the background, and I think that's where she needs to be. I don't think she has that. Her character is just not the kind of character you want to focus on, and I think that's what hurt the show in the beginning. They were kind of focusing on her, and while she has developed more into an interesting character, she's just overall not as interesting as some of the other ones. Obviously, Coulson being the biggest interest, and this episode also ties into his whole story about his death and or lack thereof, and things that happened after it, and his memory and things of that nature. Mike being probably the first superhero on the team. Whether or not he stays on the team or if he officially is on going forward remains to be seen. If you saw the episode, he ran back to save Coulson and got caught in the middle of an explosion, and while that looks very deadly, I have a feeling he's not dead. He does have superpowers, so maybe there's some element of him that could absorb that kind of explosion. Remember, extremis is if he's got extremis in his body and he can't explode anymore from the side effect of extremis, there's a good chance that he could probably absorb an explosion and, while not just walk away from it, survive it. But this episode was very, very good. I love the twist at the end. I love the fact that they brought back Mike Peterson. I remember a lot of people thought that he was going to be... oh my God, I can't remember his name right now. It pisses me off so much because a lot of people talk about him. It escapes my mind, but many people thought he was a superhero from the comics. God, I can't remember his name. It bothers me right now that I can't remember that character's name. But somebody will list it in the comments, and I'll be like, yeah, that's the guy I was referring to. So again, the next episode is going to be their mid-season break, I believe. I think after this, they'll stop for a couple of months, and then they start up again. And it's 22 episodes a season, so it would be 11, so it would be the midpoint. But this is going to be a good way to end, because I don't know what to expect on Tuesday, but it's the first time that I really, really looked forward to the next episode. When we had that short run of like 3, 4, 5 episodes where it really got good, then it was like a straight line of consistency, but they were it almost like they were getting complacent, and now, boom, they turned it up. This is what I was talking about. This is what I was looking for from the show. Anybody who's seeing this video right now or seen the past videos, if you've given up on the show, I would suggest, at least if nothing else, try it again, because it is really getting a lot better. Yes, it's not perfect. Again, I've said it many times, it's definitely not perfect. There's certain elements of the show they just need to get away from, the super tech being one of them. They need to stick more to the superhero stuff and the superhuman kind of people. I think that's what's going to make the show good. And this is what they did. In this show, they went back to what's working for them, in my opinion. They went back to the Centipede organization. They went back to humans with unusual capabilities being enhanced more by the Centipede tech that they use basically on the man or the woman to enhance their abilities, which is powered by extremis and a different form of the super soldier serum. These are the kind of things I want to see. Not the whole, they found this big laser beam in a cave or something like that. Nothing crazy like that. Now, also, we get to see more of Ward and May interacting with each other. May being very serious. She kind of pissed me off in this show, because I know that she's the cold-hearted, supposed to be tough, this and that, but sometimes it can be a little bit too much. Sometimes it's good to see some emotion even from the tougher, colder characters, just to remind you that they are human. But her relationship with Ward is very unique. They try to keep it separate. There's a part where Ward saves her from somebody punching her, and she comes back to him later and lets him know that he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be taking that onto the field. He turns around and tells her, look, I didn't take that punch because I care about you in that sort of way. I took that punch because it's better if you're on your feet fighting than I am, because you're quicker and you're stronger. Or rather, you're quicker and you're more effective in combat than I am. Makes perfect sense. She is. And that's a sound reason. And then he turns around and he tells her, well, don't flatter yourself thinking that I'm doing that because I'm protecting you. I'm doing it because it's an effective strategy. She buys it, but she also looks kind of crushed by what he said about don't being flattered. But it's going to be interesting to see where that's going to go. And that to me was a pretty good element of the show, because I think many people who are still watching the show believe that maybe Skye and Ward were going to hook up. So having Ward and May hook up is kind of like, I don't want to say a monkey wrench in the plans, but a nice little twist that kind of threw people off. So this episode was really good. There's some other things in the episode that happened. I really don't want to give it away, because if there are people who are going to consider going back to watch it or are still watching it and haven't seen the episode yet, I don't want to give anything away. I know that I'm a couple of days late on my review. It's been a hectic week with the whole Godzilla thing going on, but I'm up to speed now. The Bridge Part 1 being this past Tuesday's episode, and then next Tuesday we'll see Part 2, and then that'll be the mid-season finale for them. So, what can I say? I mean, give it a shot, guys. It's not... It was very, very bad in the beginning. Anybody who is from my old E.T. channel will know that I'm not just trying to play fanboy here. I was crushing this show the first 3-4 episodes on my reviews. And I give every show that I start watching 5 episodes before I completely give up on it, because I don't think one episode tells the tale of a show. Every show are going to have their bad episodes from time to time, and a new episode especially is always a little difficult to get into, because you're just learning about the characters, you're just learning about what it's about. And I almost gave up on the show until I.S.P.I. Then from I.S.P.I. going forward, it's been getting better and better progressively. Then they kind of took a halt and got, for like 2 episodes, it was 2 or 3 episodes, very consistent, but still not all the things I wanted to see. But it still keeps me around. And in this episode right here, I'm hoping that they focus on the Centipede organization in the second half of the season. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen next week. For the first time, I can honestly say I am super excited about the mid-season finale for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the next episode, that is. And we're going to see what happens. So, anyway, guys, that's it for this review. If you're still watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I want to know what you think. If you're not watching it, you still think the show sucks, I highly recommend at least giving it a second chance. I know it's hard to get by those first few episodes, but once you get to episode I Spy, from there going forward, it's a real different story, okay? Anyway, guys, I'll see you next video. Take it easy.